All right, so we're going live in three, two, one. What is up, gang? It is your boy Joe Ateng. You are watching A Cup of Joe with me and myself, Matt. This is episode number 30, aka Beardlaws. If you guys are not following this guy, you're on TikTok and Instagram, right? Right, Matt?
Yep. TikTok, Instagram, really everywhere because you kind of have to be these days, right?
Absolutely. Yo, first of all, I just wanted to know, I love your beard, man. I was looking at mine this morning and I was like, it's just not growing anymore. So I'm curious, how long have you grown that thing out?
This is a 2-year beard. I started this April of 2018, so 2 years, and this is, I guess, 2 years and a month.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, seeing if I can catch you one day, but the likelihood of that happening is slim to none.
Yeah, you
Anyway,
never know. There could be something happen or catastrophic where I accidentally lose the beard, and then there's going to be a lot of people with a better beard than myself. So.
are you doing anything special with it? Any special oils? Anything that I need to know?
I have my kind of like my routine that I do weekly and daily. I oil daily, and I use a different oil all the time just because there's so many great companies out there, and I try to support the smaller ones. And I've met some cool connections and owners of those companies.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you get a beard this big, beard butter is very key because a lot of people, they get where it pops out and they're like, oh, I just trim it. It's like, no, you don't have to trim it. You just train it. So I just get the butters in there, special boar bristle brush, which is not always easy to say, but I practice saying that. And it just kind of trains your hair from going out here to kind of how you want it and how you envision it.
That's super awesome, man. Well, to everybody out there in the YouTube and Facebook worlds, welcome to The Cup of Joe. This is my guest, Matt, aka Beardlaws. We met actually, I found him on TikTok, and then we started having conversation over on Instagram. But I introduced Matt to the whole idea of the virtual hugs because I know there's a lot of my Atang gang from TikTok that are joining us on the show today. And he said he's down. He's down to join me and give me some virtual hugs. So I'm going to jam with Matt for a little bit. And then later on, towards the end of the show, I'm going to start to bring some people on who have been reaching out for a virtual hug. And I think it's going to be awesome. So anyway, real quick, if you guys are tuning in, I'm going to drop a banner. Please share this live. One of the key things that I want this show to be about at the end of the day is while I'm meeting awesome people, selfishly, I want the world to meet the same people as well. But I want people to take away the vibes from these conversations. We obviously from the last couple of months, we've been dealing with this pandemic. And I think one great thing about the show is that I feel like the energy from the group and from these conversations are real positive. And so anybody who's at home who might be bored or not having anyone to talk to or just not doing anything, I would love for them to tune in. And so I'm going to drop that banner. And while I'm doing that, Matt, can you please let the audience know who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so like you said earlier, I'm Matt. I'm from New York. And besides growing a beard, I actually have a business or a brand, which is Beardlaws. Something that I started officially as a business January of this year. But late last fall, I actually started, and everything was 100% donation to the local cancer center. It was a place where my brother actually battled cancer twice amongst, other family members, friends, people I knew. So the TVs at this facility were the original TVs when this facility was put up 20 years ago. It's a 20-year anniversary this year. And they were the 13-inch CRT TVs, the big, heavy, flat, old ones that you can play duck hunt on. So when my brother was sitting there going through treatments, he looked up one morning and was like, man, I can't tell if this is a new or an old Price is Right because I can't tell if Drew Carey's fat or not.
Right.
So I was like, we got to get these upgraded. So I talked to a couple, and it's the facility that I work at. My day job is working at a hospital. So I asked, a couple people throughout the hospital, they added it into the budget and things just didn't work out. So more or less they said, if you want them to be upgraded, you're going to have to donate the money yourself. So I was like, man, how am I going to do this? Yeah. And as you mentioned, being on TikTok, it was actually an idea that kind of came through a TikTok randomly. And I just, I've always had these just quirky little things like hey, this is a beard like Beard Law 14. If you touch my beard without asking, I'll touch your butt without asking. Just weird little laws of the beard. Obviously, they're not real laws. So, like, if you're a lawyer, don't come at me because I do have one. But no, they're not real laws. They're just something funny. And through the help of not only the TikTok community, but my actual local community, we were able to donate just under $9,000.
Wow.
So it went from 13-inch CRT TVs to, I think it was 43-inch flat screens.
Yeah, that's super awesome, man.
So,
back to the whole beard laws thing. Has anybody ever had the audacity to try to come after you for any of your laws?
there's a company that I found that are putting out stuff like that has the law on it. It was something that I came up with a while ago, but I didn't have it technically copywritten till probably late 2018, early 2019.
Right.
So, I mean, a couple of my people in my circle are like, you got to get in there. You got to get them shut down. They're making money out. And I'm just like, you know what? They had it around the time that I was there. Yeah, I own it technically, but it's not like they're making millions off it. So, but nobody's came at it, thankfully, for saying, oh, I created that, or because, well, you didn't.
Right. Gotcha. And you said you're doing work in the hospital.
Yeah, my day job, I do IT. I'm a analyst at a hospital in northern New York. So,
how's it been for you with the whole COVID-19? Are you working with IT? I'm guessing you're working from home.
Yep, I'm working from home, and it's been pretty steady. My job, I'm thankful I don't have to kind of be in as they say, harm's way or on the front line. But my job I can really do remotely anyways. So it's kind of open. We didn't have a great work from home policy. So I'm hoping in the future from all this craziness, it is potentially still an option. But it's been busy because we've had to create a lot of new reports. We've had to do a whole different set of analytics and coding and stuff from the virus. So
yeah, absolutely. Now you have a podcast as well. Obviously, his setup is legit. I was telling him before we hopped on here that I need to step my game up and get an amazing backdrop like that. But talk about your podcast. What is it that you do?
Yeah, so primarily it started as a podcast where it was just audio only. We went through 10, 11 episodes. It was just kind of something I've always wanted to do. People have said, hey, you just have like a cool, smooth voice, which you don't always hear your voice. But when you start hearing it on audio, you're like, it's not terrible, I guess.
Right.
So I started it just kind of podcast episode 1, and it was just kind of me talking unscripted, this and that. And then by episode 12, I had an interview with Talking Beards show, and I can't thank those guys enough. They hit me up. They said, hey, want to be a guest? We like what you're doing, yada, yada, yada. And I said, yeah, absolutely. And it was around the time of the TikTok crazy beard challenge.
Right.
So did that. And then those guys, Scott and Aaron, have just kind of mentored me. And they had a podcast that's been around since like 2015. I've actually listened to a lot on Spotify.
Wow.
And they had given me tips and advice, and they're like, you should really consider doing a live show. They're like, you don't have a face for radio. Get it out there, get it live. So episode 12 was our first live show, and I have a co-host who's a longtime local buddy of mine, and it's just kind of turned into we're interviewing kind of TikTok, celebrities, people with tons of followers on TikTok. And then it's kind of recently transitioned to, because I've always had a passion for artists, helping artists. It's something that I'm not great at. And there's a whole community of artists, especially locally, that just don't get any love. They're expected to give away their work. So I do a quick little segment before each show when I have artists, and just kind of give them 10 minutes to just plug away. They send a piece of work that they've done for me. I hang it up in the studio and then just feature it, through the entire episode. And I just kind of give them a plug each episode, and hopefully it brings them some business.
Good for you, man. That sounds dope. What inspired the podcast? You say you just started off audio, but
it was just something. I'm kind of one of those guys that if I get something in my head, I don't stop until it's in production. It's something that's live and of decent quality, and it's just something that I've always had been intrigued with. I've listened to so many podcasts. I was like, hey, I want to do this, and then as you and anybody else knows, it's not very easy to make money doing a podcast, and it is a lot of time. So the live show has kind of transitioned very nicely. It's like a similar thing as a Facebook, YouTube show. It's been a lot of fun. We've had some segments that have kind of spun off what we're doing. and it's been really cool, not only for the Beardlaws show and the brand, but for the kind of TikTok community, because I've met a lot of amazing people, and
Yeah.
then the amazing people people are able to interact with them where they don't get a chance on TikTok because there's so many notifications. They're able to get into this smaller chat and this smaller show and ask them one-on-one questions, and it just gives them a cool experience. Like Iron Sanctuary, for instance. I mean, he's at probably 3.5, 4 million followers, and he can come on the show and be in front of 50 to 100 people and kind of interact with them, and then the fan, you know what I mean? I don't like calling them fans, the people, the friends of the show and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. I'm the same way. I made a post yesterday and I said, it's not really about the numbers. That's cool and all, but it's about the people behind it. And so I'm a big time believer in calling them fans or friends.
Yep.
So that's cool. That is awesome. What has been, and this is just a random question for myself, I'm getting to know you a little bit more, but what has been like a memorable moment in your podcast? When did you know, like, good, like this is awesome, this is what I want to do for a long time?
Yeah, it's funny because I really love the interviews and getting to know those guys a little bit better. My favorite part of the whole show is when I do my introduction and just kind of bring them in and pump them up.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite moment of anything I done was we went live right as kind of COVID was ramping up at a local business called Doug's Tavern.
Okay.
It's just a little tavern. They do like a wild wing night, where their chicken wings are 70 cents, and they were kind of struggling taking their bar business, restaurant business to a takeout style business. So we went live outside of the bar, just something to do. And it was probably the most viewed, most talked about show that we had in a while, if not ever. And
that's awesome, man.
It's been probably 4 to 5 weeks. And because of that show, now they're kind of on the radar, and they've sold out of everything almost every week. He's putting out orders right now bigger than he's had like since he's owned the bar for many years.
That's awesome, man.
So being able to help a local community is something that not only myself but the co-host Logan takes pride in, and that's a moment that was like, all right, cool. This is a direction that we really need to do, because that's kind of what Beardlaws is. It's helping a community and helping this. And then, when me and you chatted and, you got the virtual hug thing, that's helping a community, that's helping people. And that's what Beardlaws is about. So I'm excited.
Cool. Random question, man. Are you, I was scrolling through some of the content. I know there's a lot of people with the beard brand, but I thought you had the brand around the whole Bud Light thing. Is that you?
It wasn't Bud Light. Nope. I started with a Miller Light when they started. Yeah, Miller Light when they started doing the soda wars. I didn't know it was like a soda war.
Right.
I was like, it's a drink war, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up my favorite drink. Yeah. And then it turned out it was a soda war, and I couldn't do the alcohol, because when a lot of these bigger time followed TikTok people do anything, they're under such scrutiny that like they can't. If like I was talking to JT, and he's like, I would love to do a beer one, but he goes, if there's a little bit, even a can of alcohol in my videos, I get shut down and reported. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I can see that happening for sure.
But that was fun, and I had it lined up too, but I didn't end up doing it because obviously I found out it was soda. But local distribution company my buddy owns, so they distribute Miller Lite and all these other beverages, and I worked there when I was much younger. So I was going to go there and build the throne of Miller Lite 30 packs, and then just kind of come in and then just kind of have like a video of just me like the king of Miller Lite or something. But
that's funny. When did you start TikTok?
TikTok, I started probably I'm going to say like probably late 2018-ish.
Okay.
It's funny. I was just kind of sitting there one day, and I had another business type brand that a buddy and myself were doing for like vinyl records and stuff like that. And I was on Instagram just scrolling, and you know how awesome they are at just throwing ads that you have to almost click on.
Exactly,
so there was one for TikTok, and I was like, oh man, this looks fun. Like I'm the king of lip syncing. And that was kind of before TikTok had more of not that it has a direction, per se, but it was, not really known. There wasn't the celebrities. There wasn't a ton of people on it. So I downloaded it and just didn't know what to do, so just started lip syncing, just being kind of funny with it. And then I was like, this isn't for me. I'm probably gonna get off there. So I threw out one of my Beardlaws, and then kind of got a huge thing, gained like probably 10,000 followers. There was quite a bit of views on there, and I'm like, all right, well, hold up, maybe I won't get rid of it yet.
That's awesome. Yeah, I joined TikTok at the end of, what are we in now, 20? So like, I really started becoming active in February of this year, but I joined the app when it was Musically. I think it was towards the, I don't even know when it was. I don't know when that period took place, but when I first, got introduced to the app, I was just like, this is not for me. It's teenage girls doing dances, lip syncing. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to fit into this vibe. But over the time, I'm a big Gary Vee guy too, by the way, and screaming it out into people like, look, guys, check it out, get serious on it. I started paying attention more in January, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and start posting some content in February, and it's been cool, man. It's been a really cool experience. I'm a big social media guy, and this has been one of those platforms where I've never encountered as much engagement as I'm getting right now.
Yeah, it's a great thing, and I tell everybody, kind of kidding, but kind of not. Like, the algorithms that TikTok uses is amazing. Maybe not for your views, or people get frustrated, which I don't care about views and likes and everything. Mine's about beard content and building, obviously, Beardlaws and the connections. But the way that they match up people and are able to get your content to a similar style group, they should be selling this stuff to like dating apps and stuff. Because I've met not only, you know what I mean? Like, obviously I'm not out there for the dating aspect of it, but the people that I've met, yourself and other, people that I've called friends, we're more of like a match for friendship type style than like people I've known almost my whole life.
Big time. I agree with that 100%. Real quick, everybody out there in the YouTube, Facebook worlds, if you're just tuning in, thank you so much for joining. I'm with my guy, Matt, aka Beardlaws, and we're just jamming. For everybody who's been on, if you have any questions, because I see there's some Beardlaw fans out there. If you guys have any questions for Matt or myself, please drop them in the comments. I'm paying attention to them, and literally, we'll get your questions answered. Anybody who reached out to me for a virtual hug, I am still doing those. We're gonna hold off until later on towards the end of this episode to start bringing you on the show. But stay tuned for that link. I'm going to be sending that to you via text, or if you message me on Instagram. Anyway, Matt, what's been something that you've been working on? What's been on your mind?
Not a lot of people know, but I'm going to let you guys know, and all these amazing people. I'm working a lot of people know this one, but I'm working on a book. I'm actually going to release, hopefully by Christmas time, I'm going to be releasing volume 1 of Beardlaws. So it's going to be 25 of the Beardlaws with illustrations, and actually local and not so local, but people in kind of the Beardlaws community are doing the artwork. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be like a beard law on one page, and then that law drawn out. And it's going to be a community-driven book where, you know what I mean? There's going to be 25 pieces of work, 25 different artists. So, like everybody can be like, hey, man, I have a piece of work in a book. So I have that going on. And I'm actually, for the last couple of months, I've been working on my own line of beard oils. So I was
going to say, if you're not doing that already, like you're making a huge mistake. That's dope.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out and be like, hey, I want to do this for you. I want to do this for you. And I'm just like, that's cool and I appreciate it. But if you're going to make all the money, why don't I do that? And I like you, busy, very busy, with my child and work and everything. But it's like, you know what? There's a huge market for this. It's something I'm passionate about. So I've researched, and actually we've came up with probably, I think it was about 16 or 17 different scents. So we're gonna break it down to about 7 trial scents here pretty soon that we've been messing with, and then we're gonna release just samples, like the little bottles in a little pack, and just kind of sell them very, very cheap, get some honest feedback, and see where it goes. I'm pretty excited about that, though.
When can I reach out to you to get some of those samples and to become a customer of yours? Because
we'll definitely, you'll be getting some in the mail, and it's. And what I'm taking pride is I'm going to do scents that nobody's doing. Like, everybody has their sandalwood. Everybody has kind of the same the manly man,
Right, right,
the
right,
outdoorsman and stuff like that. So
right.
I'm going to be doing some scents that nobody's doing.
Sweet, sweet.
And yeah, and then obviously Beardlaws also does merchandise. So we do custom T-shirts, hats, mugs, anything you want. So if you're ever in need for having me on the show, or if you need a cup of Joe, maybe I'll send you a sweet coffee mug.
Hey man, I appreciate that. Real quick, because I forgot to even give you the banner love. Um, is it just Beard Laws anywhere, everywhere
Yeah,
on? Okay,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that are because Beardlaws was taken in certain companies, even though you try to tell them like, "Hey, I own this name," they don't give it
yeah.
to you. But I mean, Beardlaws more or less get you anywhere. Or I have a my own version of a linked tree, so it's just beardlaws.com/links.
Okay, cool. So you guys see it. It's there's a banner down below, and I'll make some more updates to it. Follow this guy. He's up to a lot of good. And I don't know if this is a loaded question for you, Matt, but what are the Beard Laws, man?
Like what are they specifically? Like how many do I
Yeah.
have? Or
Yeah, how many do you have, and what are some of? I guess could you share a couple of them? Some of your
yeah,
favorite.
absolutely. There's about how many is there? There's about 200-ish. So I'll give you guys a couple of the ones from that's going to be on the book that's going to be kind of drawn out in version 1. Like beard law number 1 are when 2 beards cross paths, the larger beard always has the right of way.
Yes.
Which it's funny and that one came up and I always tell people like that's beard law 1. It's not the most important law, but it's just the first one because it just naturally happens. And I've seen it happen so many times in my life where like especially recently like I'll walk up and the 2 of us will be like, hey, there's a doorway, and 98 or 99% of the time they'll look, they'll be like, oh no, go first, man. Like you got the bigger beard, like you deserve to go first. And I'm like, what? So then I was like, well, that's beard law 1. Beard law 2, playoff beards are for athletes and posers because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm growing my playoff beard, and it's like, oh, who do you play for? Well, I'm a fan. Well, don't just do it for that.
Yeah.
Where's one of the ones?
Hey Matt, real quick, are you? I have to ask because I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, so I'm a big Houston Rockets fan. Are you a fan of James Harden and his beard?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of it for sure. And cool. I actually started doing like a trivia show, and I would throw out some random James Harden trivia.
Yeah,
so, awesome. Yeah, and it's funny because you kind of get associated with things like when you have a big beard. So I often like, you look like James Harden. No, I don't look anything like James Harden. First of all, I'm right-handed. Second of all, I don't have the jump shot from 37 feet or however far he can shoot it. No, I mean I just don't see it.
Yeah,
I've never seen him with a pair of glasses or a Beardlaws hat. So
right. That's hilarious. You look like James Harden.
I get that all the time. I'm like, I don't know. I don't see it.
I like that you dropped that fact that he is left-handed and you're right-handed. That's a very important detail.
Yeah, it's just where is this one? This is one of my favorite ones, but I can never remember what number it is. Right here, Beard Law 46. I always hear dudes say that they're going to cut their beards off because they couldn't handle the itchy stage. Well, fellas, if down there itches, you're not going to cut that. I'm cleaning it up because I don't know how clean the show is. You're not going to cut them off because they're itchy. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing that drives me nuts.
Yeah,
my beard itches, so I cut it off. I couldn't handle the itchy stage.
What do you have any advice around the itchy phase? Because look, from time to time, man, my stuff gets really itchy, and I've never wanted to cut my beard off because it gets itchy. In the back of my mind, it's like that's one of my biggest frustrations is when that kicks in. So do you have any advice for me on the itchy?
Oils? Yeah, beard oils is key. It should be something that's in your daily life. And a lot of people, I think, when they associate beard oil, they associate oil for the beard. But the actual key and the whole point of the beard oil is to moisturize the skin underneath the beard. Because when underneath the beard is moisturized and well taken care of, then it actually opens up the pores and actually allows for better, cleaner growth. So the first thing, obviously, you get some oil. A lot of people say get a dime size, rub it there, and then get right underneath, oil the skin, and then take what's left here, rub it in your hair, rub it in your chest hair. Who knows? Just use it up. It's really good for the skin. That's the whole point of it. And if you actually look at the ingredients of a lot of oils, it's a very good, mixture of just great oils like jojoba oil, avocado oils, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, if it's itchy and dry, that's the main thing. And hydration too. As dumb as it sounds, not only is water really good for you, it's really good for your beard as well. Like you got to stay hydrated to have a clean beard. And good friend of mine, Dan C, he's a very educational and formal kind of YouTube guy. And he just recently did one about how your beard health actually can correlate with your body health.
Wow.
So it was a very well done YouTube thing, and I constantly am learning something new. I mean, I consider myself very knowledgeable about a beard, but
Right.
then he goes into the science of it, and I'm not a science guy.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm in the salon business, and I feel like I should know a lot more about beards. I'm not licensed. I'm more on the business side of things, but still,
Yeah.
like I feel like being in the industry for so long, I should know a little bit more about taking care of a beard. But I rely on my girlfriend, who is licensed and has been in the business longer than I have, to share the facts with me. So,
well, any facts that she wants to share to me as well, I'm always trying to learn more about the beard biz. And
cool. Whatever questions you have, man, send them our way. I'm definitely sure I can find you and I can get you an answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Raging Fire Fitness said oil it, but I had a question for you. Have you seen that name pop up? Because that's David, and I would like you to meet him. He's a good friend of mine that I met on TikTok and a super positive dude. But if I'm not mistaken, David has a beard as well. And so I'm curious if you know about Matt and Beardlaws. I just want to throw that question out there for you, David.
I feel like I've seen this name, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100%. Like just whether it's TikTok and YouTube and this and that, like everything just kind of blends together, and it's really hard. And I try really hard to comment back on everything and show just as much love as people show me, but it's a daunting task sometimes.
It is big time. Are you most active on TikTok right now, or what platforms are you most active on?
Yeah, TikTok's pretty much kind of the main one that I do, just because it's the biggest following, and I kind of get there to funnel everything to disperse. Obviously, trying to grow a YouTube. I haven't been on YouTube very long,
Right.
and I just recently did announce on TikTok that I'm kind of starting a bearded family.
Nice.
So I'm just kind of want to have like a bearded brotherhood. Whether you have the 5 o'clock shadow or you have a patchy beard or anything, like I'm encouraging to start kind of, getting on the Discord. It's potentially going to be a Facebook page as well. I just want a place where anybody bearded can kind of just come together. Eventually there's going to be meetups and events and beard competitions and everything once everything kind of gets back to what people say is normal, and just continue to raise money for different charities. And I know there's a lot of bearded brothers that kind of work for different foundations or have, different communities themselves that could use help. So I'd like to continue working, with anybody bearded, as well as some other groups that are already established, and just continue to raise money for charity.
Gotcha. Cool, man. Well, I really love the philanthropy that you're doing, and I hope that I could use my platform to not only continue to reach out to people and build community, but one thing I do aspire to do is what you're doing. Reach out to different organizations that I can help out with and raise money for people or projects that need help in those areas. So
yeah, absolutely, and it's something that my co-host always said, and now he's starting to realize he's been born and raised in a very small community. Where that Doug's Tavern was. He was born there, raised there. It's it's one of those schools that it's K through 12.
Right.
Just very, very small community, graduating classes of like 30s. And started doing this, and he was just like, "You're crazy! Like, what do you mean you're gonna get people from all over the world to follow you and share your beer knowledge with?" I'm like, "Just watch. If you don't believe me, watch."
Yeah, I love that.
Within a couple weeks ago, he looked at me and he's like, "I think I kind of get it." And I was like, you and I've always been telling, like, what I want to do is you need to take money from everywhere, businesses that have lots of money that they can write off. You see the business side of thing. There's always money that you can do to help. So I want to take money from everywhere, almost like the Robin Hood. I'm not stealing it, but I want to take all of this money from everywhere throughout the world, people that have it.
Yeah, right.
And then disperse it. My obviously my main one was my local community, and I feel like I've done pretty well locally. Now I want to help other very small areas, and especially with everything going on, like it's going to be tougher for many, many small businesses to recover. So I want to kind of help the best that I can and Beardlaws can from reaching out and talking from other, bigger businesses.
You know what? It's funny that you bring that up because that's literally exactly what I plan to do with my platform as well. Is yeah, companies have budgets and they want to spend their budgets on things that make sense to them, and so why not try to leverage that and give back to certain communities? And so I think it would be awesome to, like I said, thanks for the inspiration, man, because that's definitely what I'm working towards.
Yeah, man, great minds think alike, they say, right?
Absolutely.
And maybe this is the start of a little Cup of Joe Beardlaws collab for some kind of beard. There's so much room for opportunity, and that's the big thing with me. Like, I love to collab. I love to be a part of other people's programs and support them the best I can. And one thing though that I always do, and I'm very brutally honest, and I only support and will work with people and causes that I believe in. I mean, there's a lot of companies that send me beard oils and they want me to try this and try this. And I'm like, I'm very grateful that you want me to do this, but I can't do a review and put out something and say how amazing it is if I don't truly believe it is. So I'll kind of, I'll still do the review. You've sent me your products. I'm not going to be negative, but I'm not going to oversell it and be like, this is the greatest. And I'm just like, this could be good, but it's not great for my beard, my, you know what I mean? Like my lifestyle and stuff. So
absolutely respect for you, man. Cause I think you have to stay true to you and your brand. So
absolutely. It'd be like if Gillette came over and said, hey man, I'll give you $1 million, shave that beard. I wouldn't do it. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't do it.
That's cool, man. Got to stay strong. Dang, I forgot what my question was for you. It was around this topic. Come back. It'll come back.
Funny. Somebody asked me, what was it? If you could have 55 million TikTok users and $55 million, would you shave your beard? And I'm like, nah. It's not followers and money that drives me. Like I'm granted, everybody could use a little more, but you know what they say: more money, more problems. And I already got enough problems. I don't need any more.
I guess this is what I was going to say to piggyback off what you're talking about. I literally am the reason I bring on people like yourself who have a passion in certain subjects or certain things that are communicating out into the world using these platforms is because I want to inspire people to know that once you find something that you love and you can actively have your voice, find your voice out there. There's ways that you can build things around that support your beliefs and things that you want to represent in life. And it doesn't always have to be about the money, because a lot of people, I've had some friends reach out to me and say, if you're trying to get famous doing this, you need to be more funny or you need to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, no, that's not really what this is about. And also to piggyback off what you're saying around passion and doing it for the right reasons is I feel like if you don't have a passion, you're just doing it to get famous, you're going to get burned out, right? Absolutely. I feel like passion is what keeps you grinding through those times where it does get difficult. And I respect what you're saying.
And if you're always just chasing the money, then it's very apparent, you know. And I've seen some people just in TikTok themselves that they're all about money. Everything they do, every step is how do I make the money? How do I make the money? And it's building a business and a brand that you're very passionate is kind of reminds me of coaching. Like I spent many years of my life coaching, junior varsity sports, modified sports. Nice. You don't do it for the money. You do it for the passion, seeing these kids that, your concept and kind of teaching them life skills, because without the great coaches and terrible coaches that I had growing up, they drilled so many life values into me. And it's the same kind of thing. Like, just do it for the passion. And then if the money comes from it, great.
Big time. I agree with that 100%. Guys, this is Beardlaws, aka Matt. If you guys want to reach out to him, his handle is down here below. Sorry, I'm still far away. I'm still trying to. This is my second time using the DSLR, Matt, and
nice.
Figure out I have a wide angle lens right now, but if I can get a different lens to kind of zoom in on me, so people know that I'm actually paying attention to you.
No, it's good. No, I like it. There's all sorts of views that are just like me, and maybe I'm too close, but no, it looks good.
No, you look great, man. All right, so you ready? I'm going to bring on. I'm going to start bringing on some people just to say hi and give some hugs too. So, guys, if you had texted me or sent me a message on Instagram to be on the show, please resend me a text saying that you want to be on the show, or send me a message on Instagram I will send you a link, and then you can come on here and jam with Matt and I for about 60 seconds, and we'll give you a virtual hug here and send you about your day. So I have Iris in here, and I'm going to pull her up and see how she's doing.
Awesome. Yeah, show me the way of the virtual hug. I'm very intrigued.
You should definitely do this with your people. A beard hug. You should call it a beard hug or something.
Some people get in there too close for a hug, and if I don't have a good oil in that day, they're like,
Hello.
"Oh, I'm done with that hug."
Hey, hey, what's going on, Iris?
I'm well, thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing super well, super well. This jamming with Matt here, and he is joining me to give you some love and ask you how you're doing.
Yeah, how's it going today?
Thank you. I appreciate the love. I'm doing okay. I'm struggling a little today with you know, I've been on a spiritual path for quite a while now. You know, I love love, and although love and all that, you know, it can get hard sometimes, especially when the people you love the most can be the most toxic people in your life.
Yeah.
And it's hard to let that go. It's so difficult because how can somebody you love so much, right? How can they be toxic for you? How and how do they not understand that it's just so difficult to separate it. You know what I mean? And they say let it go no matter how hard it is. And I've tried, and you know, you have to let them go. But what if they're so close to you that you can't do that? You just can't let it go that easily.
Yeah, for sure. So Iris, I'm not by any means, and I'm gonna probably speak for Matt as well. I don't think like we're therapists or like advisors in any way, but I do have opinions on that. I do have opinions on that, and I want to say that because I've dealt with it in my life personally. I think you have to shift, and honestly, I'm going to credit Gary Vee for this because he speaks on this all the time. I don't know if you follow Gary Vee, Iris, or not, but I think you have to change your perspective on where they're coming from and try to really have some empathy towards why does this person have so much, whatever it is in them, anger or emotion towards being negative towards me, right? And try to understand where they're coming from. Because a lot of times when people are toxic, it's not because anything you're doing, it's because they're dealing with stuff inside that they can't let go. And so when I think about that, it helps me kind of take a step back and see the situations in a different light. So I don't know if that helps or not, but I think it's just a change of perspective sometimes because, you know, you seem like a super sweet lady, and you mean well. And so, yeah, I feel like people can be toxic, but I just try to shift my lens and see it in a different light.
Yeah, and when you say let it go, the first thing that pops in my head is
thank you for the
Elsa.
advice. I definitely, you know, I know we're not all experts. It's like the blind leading the blind, you know, we just all on a positive vibe and just want to see, you know, we just want to see each other grow and bring happiness to each other. You know, first you got to bring happiness to yourself. I know that.
Yeah.
And I just love, like I said, I'm new to this social media. I've had social media in the past, but once I started realizing that it was just nothing but I couldn't take it. So I let it go. I just got off. And I just did a lot of reading. But now during quarantine, you know, we needed to laugh a little. So TikTok has been amazing because I was able to find people that I can relate with now.
Yeah,
because also when you
back to what you're saying.
Because when you become awakened, it's hard to find like-minded people. You feel like and your first thing you want to do is awake everybody, especially the people you love that are close to you. You're like, wait, hold up. Wait, we're doing this all wrong. Wake up. Let's go. Come on. We got to catch up.
But here's the thing, Iris, here's the thing. And then I want to let Matt speak because he had something on his mind. Here's the thing. I want to make sure, again, just speaking from my experience is that I remember when I went through my path of just trying to learn more about myself, right? And I was doing the personal, the self-help, personal development stuff, reading books, and I felt like I was getting better and I was learning so much about life. I think the biggest mistake I made personally was trying to project what I was learning on other people. you know, because everybody has their time. You know, it's none of my business to tell someone, hey, because I'm on this path, you need to go on that path. I really believe in leading by example. And so now I'm just trying to become the best version of me and put out as much good and love into the world. And then hopefully those people that come on that want to be a part of this mission, they'll come on. But I'm not going to try to like project my stuff out to people. So anyway, Matt was trying to say something. I want to see what his thoughts were.
Yeah, when you said let it go, the first thing that popped in my head was Elsa from Frozen. And life is people always say life's not like a Disney movie, but it kind of is, because Disney movies are very sad. There's always tragedy. But instead of an actual Disney movie where, you know, they're writing the script, your life is kind of like a Disney movie. You go through the heartache, you go through the good times, and then you get to actually write your ending. So if it ends up happy or sad, that's going to be how you determine it. So write your own Disney movie.
Oh, I wish I could hear you, Matt.
Are you not able to hear, Iris?
Oh, that was
no, I'm not. I can hear you, but I can't hear Matt.
That was like, That's crazy. I don't know what's happening. There is, Iris. There is some feedback coming on your end. The internet connection is like a little delayed, so I don't know if that has something to do with you not being able to hear him. But
I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah, please rewatch that answer. That was amazing. That happened at minute 40. Minute 40. Please watch that part, Iris. Hear me?
Excuse me?
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Well, I was saying that.
Yes, I can.
Go back and re-listen to. I think it was at minute 39 or minute 40, because Matt's response was epic.
Okay.
But literally, this is what we call a virtual hug. We literally just give you some space to kind of speak to us and let us know what's on your mind. And before we go, I want you to pick your word.
Today is love, because to love, you have to self-love. You have.
Oh, the connection's real bad, y'all. Sorry.
In order to give love, the rawest, best emotion to have.
I love that. Thank you so much, Iris. You have an amazing Sunday, and keep tuning back in.
It was nice to meet you, even though you can't hear me.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you so much.
All right, Matt. That was an awesome answer, by the way. But
that was my first virtual hug. I'm excited. That was fun. My adrenaline's going.
Yes. So look, this started with me. I don't know how much of the content you've seen of mine, but when I got on TikTok, one of the main things I wanted to do was show people how to like grow a following organically the right way. And the reason I was coming in with that was because I feel like I started Instagram late, and you know, when the algorithms kicked in, the ads, like I wasn't able to build the traction that I wanted. And so I was really grateful that TikTok came to play for me. But anyway, one of the things I started doing was going live with my followers. And I created a Google Voice number, and I would literally sit there on live and just start calling people. And this is what it's turned into, where I started doing virtual hugs. So I think you should do it. It'll be cool.
Nice. Yeah. I kind of started like a Tuesday fan interaction night with call-ins come in, and it didn't take off for a couple of weeks. And then somehow it turned into Tuesday trivia.
Nice.
So, which is still fun. You know, it seems to get a decent viewing, and the people that are involved really need it and they love it. So that's what it's about. And I kind of like doing something different, being a little trivia host.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's one more person that wanted to hop on, like really wanted to get on, that I was trying to send the link to, but they are oh, here they go. So they should be hopping on.
Nice.
YouTube, Facebook, so awesome of you to be here. Again, I am speaking with my guy, Matt. His brand is Beardlaws. He has a podcast around the 25 Beardlaws. Is that, I don't want to mess it up.
I'm going to put out a book with the 25, but there's probably about 200 Beardlaws. And I got the first 100 or so on the actual website, beardlaws.com. So if anybody wants a good laugh, or, you know, if people want to come up with their own beard law, I'm open for that. You can submit it to me on Instagram, and, you know, if I like it, maybe I'll tweak it, or if it's perfect as is, you name it, and we'll slap it on the official list.
Sweet. And I just dropped the banner with his info if you want to follow him and check out what he's up to. Let's see what we have in the comments here while I wait for, her name is Perfect Success. And she said she's having a hard time. It It's not opening. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the thing with technology, man. Some of these, I'm still trying to figure out like the best way to systematize what I have going on, and so it gets kind of interesting.
Yeah,
But
I'm working on a couple different things. So if I can figure out, I'm actually trying to figure out how to stream live, kind of like you're doing YouTube, Facebook, and like I do as well, but be able to do it and send it to TikTok as well through the PC, and I'm fairly close. So if I can get it and have it successfully, then I'll share. I'm going to share with a few people, and you'll definitely be on the list to share that.
I love that. I think you know what? You know what's so funny now that I'm recalling? And Jasmine, I see you. You're in the backstage right now. We'll pull you in just a second. We can't hear you, but I can see you. We'll pull you in a second. Matt, I think I first discovered you through a guy by the name of Ungregular.
Yep.
He told me about StreamYard. He said that you were using it. So this is a cool way. This is like kind of a meta moment to say that he sent me StreamYard based off of what you were doing on your platform.
It's funny, yeah, because I've probably got, I'm going to say 25 to 30 different people in shows, and then how that has transpired. And I just found out over the weekend that you can actually refer people, use a referral code. When they use the referral code, they get free $10, which could put them through almost a month, and then the referrer gets $25.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, that would have been a good piece of information to know months ago. Which awesome. I don't care either way, but just having, when I started this and when you did, just to have an extra $10 to throw in each month.
For sure, man.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I got some cool stuff in the works that if it works out, like I said, I'm only going to share with a handful of people, and I'll definitely we'll reach out. We'll work through a couple of things, and I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I do too, man. Looking forward to collabing. All right, Jasmine, we are pulling you up. Get ready. Liquid Shano is another cool guy you should check out. 1973. He has the podcast himself. It's called Coffee Talk. Super awesome dude, cool human being. But
yeah, I remember seeing him. I see him in and out of comments and stuff on social media. So yeah, I'll have to tune more into the show.
Cool.
I try really hard to check out a lot of shows, but there's only so much time in a day, and there is some amazing creators and content. I just have to find more time to do that. But when you get up to like the last 2 weeks, I think I've been on a show or producing my own shows every day.
So, yeah. How often are you going? You said you're doing this every day? Your show?
I've been thankful to have, like yourself and some other people that have starting to ask me more and more. But right now, because of the quarantine stuff, I'm live on Tuesdays doing Tuesday trivia, and it's like a dude Tuesday trivia. Last week I started Wednesday ladies night trivia because all the ladies are like, well, I want my own. I'm like, all right, let's have ladies night. Who doesn't love ladies night?
Right.
And then Thursday is the night that I do my main interview style show.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's see if Jasmine's ready. Top of the morning, Jasmine.
Morning, Jasmine.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Cup of Joe with my guy Matt here, aka Beardlaws. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well.
Doing well. What is on your mind? This is by the way, this is your virtual hug right here. This is me giving you a big squeeze, saying happy Sunday to you, and we're just checking in with you to see if everything's okay, how everything's going.
Everything is going great.
Awesome.
Everything's going well.
Okay, where are you from?
I am in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Okay, gotcha. And how long have you been on TikTok?
Maybe 2 months.
Okay, gotcha.
2 months, maybe.
Cool.
3.
Mississippi is my favorite word to spell.
Yeah, I know. Me too. That's hilarious.
And my cricket letter.
Hey, Jasmine,
Yeah.
so one of the things I do on this when I bring people on is I love to know your word of the day. Like first, I just like to check on people, right? So when I think of a hug, I think it's one of the best forms of communication because it's it just brings two parties, puts two parties on the same level, right? Emotionally and physically. And so that's the first thing I want to do is just check on you, make sure you're okay. The second thing I love to do is ask people what their word of the day is. So do you have a word of the day on your mind?
Confidence.
Confidence. What does confidence
Word of the
mean?
day is confidence.
What does confidence mean to you?
just trusting in your ability, not self-doubting. That was an issue that I had, doubting myself often, even though I knew I was skilled enough to do what I do. And I really had no reason to other than myself. It was me. It wasn't anybody else. It was
The connection is getting a little bad. I think you're on the move.
yeah. Yes. Okay. I'm going to pull over for a second. So if you know you're gifted at something, believe it, and then hone in on that craft and making that craft better. Like work to make your craft better. If you know that's what you are good at. And believe in yourself, because you got to believe in yourself before anybody else can. I can tell you that you are a great influencer all day long, but you got to believe that you're great.
Awesome. I love that. I have a question for you two, for you, Jasmine, and for you, Matt. Matt, let me, since you threw the word out there about confidence, my question is, do you have a story, a moment in time where, not that you weren't confident, but you were kind of doubting yourself on a project and you had this shift where you realized, you know what, I just need to go for it. Do you guys have a story around that?
That's kind of like where I'm at right now, actually. As you know, Joe, I'm an administrator. I'm an assistant principal, and an opportunity came up for me to apply for a head principal job, and I was going to talk myself all the way out of it. I actually had talked myself out of it, and a friend of mine was like, "You need to do it." And everybody, like that particular day, everybody kept out of the blue telling me I should go for it, and I did. And so now I'm just waiting on my interview. But if I would have never taken the step out to do it and really believed that I could really do it, then I would always, in my back of my mind, wonder what if. And I never want to be the individual that wonders years down the road, what if I would have. I mean, and that's torture. Like, to wonder if I would have said yes, then, if I would have done it, where would I be right now? That's too much stress on yourself. Right. So I jumped out there and I did, and now I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Awesome. I love that story. I love that story.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, there was a time, sometime last year, I don't know what it was, where I actually got off TikTok. Just wasn't feeling it. There was some toxicity that kind of surrounded Beardlaws, myself, stuff like that, and just kind of got really frustrated with, where was Beardlaws going to go, this and that, and it just kind of overwhelmed me. And then, talking with she did just a great community, great friends and stuff. The Christmas beard off is actually what kind of brought me back in there. I had, those guys, Iron Sanctuary, Fresh Prince and O'Hare, Beer Bong John, those guys kind of hit me up. They're like, you got to be a part of this. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. So I got back in there, and it's been fun again for me. And I still don't know what Beardlaw's end game is. That's something that I'm still trying to figure out. But yeah, that was a pivot point, I guess, for the business.
That's awesome, man. Love that share. Hey, I just thought about something, Jasmine. I'm going to thank you for being on this show, for inspiring this thought. But I'm going to challenge you, and please don't feel obligated to it. But I am going to throw it out there. I think that story you just shared, I think you should share it. I think you should share it out to the world. Find your own voice, share it out to the world on TikTok, and we should start this movement of with this word of the day. I think it would be cool to start a movement of since your word was confidence, tell your story around confidence. To inspire others. And I don't know, I think it would be cool to do something like, Shane in the audience, started the hashtag Get Your Squeeze. I think it would be cool to send this movement of virtual hugs. And I think by you telling your story about how you overcame, kind of a self-doubt phase, and now you move forward in your life and in your career, I think that's going to help other people realize, like, hey, I need to go ahead and take that step, that leap of faith. And trust my own abilities. And I just think that'd be cool. I just wanted to share that with you and tell you thank you, because I'm gonna start offering that out to people when they share the word of the day.
And what you should do,
I think I will do that.
And maybe a good idea too is tag somebody in your video and encourage that person to tell their similar story, and then maybe have that person tag somebody, and then we can, not only go to the hashtag and see it, but then we can start to get, kind of your movement and everything of just getting people more confident in themselves, sharing a story. And then maybe there's somebody out there that needs, a little bit of boost from a community, and you have a great community here that could, chime in, help out, and that's my 2 cents. I think that would be pretty cool.
Idea. That's a great idea.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I think the beauty about, I love a wave and I love a hug, because I feel like it brings it's the purest form of human communication that it doesn't matter if you're from, the UK or the United States. Like everybody kind of understands a wave and understands a hug. And so I feel like we could do that virtually by sharing our stories around, just like the story you shared. So I appreciate it. And hey, Jasmine,
Yes.
we've talked a couple times, and I'm grateful for you. And I just want to say thank you for showing your love and support.
And I appreciate you as well.
Thank you so much.
It was very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Y'all have a great day.
All right, you too.
That was
Matt.
good. This is great.
Thanks for the feedback, man. This gets me pumped up. The Attain gang is what I call my community. They say I have a PhD, which is passionate, hyperactive, determination, because they know that during these conversations, just like you said, your adrenaline goes up, mine gets up top notch, and I just want to get up and start walking around. And they know on my lives I'm always pacing because I just have so much energy from these conversations. So
same. And if you drink too much coffee, that's a good one to pace around, because that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, ooh, we need to get that on a T-shirt for you. The PhD.
I know we were talking about that, actually. Me and Chrissy, she's not here today, but Chrissy actually told me I need to get that on the shirt. So hopefully I can hook that up, dude. I want to create a brand like yours. You've inspired me today. It was you and actually Shane that I mentioned in the comments that I've had on my show that have really made me want to step my game up as well. So Matt, I don't want to keep too much of your time, man. I appreciate you so much for entertaining this idea of being on the Cup of Joe. I love what you're up to, man. I love that we got a chance to connect. And like you said, I think this is the beginning of future collaborations, and I'm here to support you in any way that I can, man.
Yeah, same. I can't thank you enough for having me. This was awesome. If there's ever a time where, you have a void, you need someone to jump on, let me know. I'll jump on anytime. And like you said, it's just the beginning, I think, for us. So we'll stay in touch, and maybe we'll do some not only collab works on TikTok, but maybe some other stuff.
Cool, man.
I'd like to get you involved in the Bearded Brotherhood that I'm kind of making up. So I'll shoot you an invite to the Discord. And there's some people that are starting to roll in. I think we're at about 100 members.
Nice.
So we'll keep growing that, and we got some cool behind the scenes stuff.
I love that, man. I love that. Well, I'm kind of debating right now, to be very, very candid with you, if I should stay on and try to reach out to some more of these people who've reached out to me, because I did make that promise on my live that I was going to connect with all the people that text. There's probably like 5 more people. But like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know the slots usually are around. I try my best to keep the show tight, like around 11, like from 10 to 11 or so. But there's several times where I've been on here for, I found myself on here for an hour and a half or 2 hours. So feel free to stick around, man, if you want to. You're more than happy to, or, if you have things to do, I completely understand.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do have a couple of things I want to get done. And where I live, nice days in the 60s are not very common.
Yeah,
so some fresh air, some sun is definitely very needed in my day. But I got a couple of cool projects, and I'm gonna definitely reach out, see if you want to be involved in it. And I can't thank you enough for not only introducing me to such an amazing community, but being able to give away 2 virtual hugs. That was cool. That's
awesome. Well, look, like I said, my guy Shane coined the term "get your squeeze." So make sure, whether it's I don't know. I'll let you guys in the audience give him a squeeze. My man has things to do, but if you guys can go find him, the best squeeze you can give Matt right now is like literally hop off my live or whatever, or find him if you have your phone, and follow him on TikTok, and reach out to him somehow, whether it's a comment on one of his posts or something, and just give him a squeeze, give him some love.
Yeah, I'm very good. The one thing that I do keep track of, because you can't keep track of, likes and comments all the time, but mentions on TikTok is one portion that I leave open. So when I go to TikTok, I start right from the last one I do. I take, every so often 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, and I'll go through any mention. So if there's a message or a video that you're very passionate about and I don't see it, feel free to tag me in it, and I'm very good at keeping up with that. Or like I said, anybody that's out there and bearded, feel free to join our brotherhood. And there's actually a section where you can put your videos, and that way it gets more love and everything from that too. And your message and something that you're passionate about can get out there a little better.
I love that, man. I love that. Well, wishing you an amazing Sunday, and a great week. And hopefully we'll be in touch pretty soon. I'll actually send you a message after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm there's, you know how it goes, whether it's texting or Instagramming, whenever the messages stay up there, you seem to kind of keep them rolling. So I know that we'll definitely be in touch. I'm excited to see where our future goes, man. This was a great show. You're doing a great thing, and your community is amazing. So thanks everybody that's shown me love in the comments. I have seen them as well.
Yeah,
so,
here they go. Boom, boom, boom. Much love, Matt, by Misty. Misty's awesome. She's just a super awesome lady. And who else? Someone did leave something. There's so many comments, but anyway, yeah, you're loved, my man.
Awesome. Yeah, this is awesome, and everything you're doing is great. So keep doing what you're doing, and if there's anything that I can do, whether it's helping to get the word out for you, or what I mean, slapping that PhD on a custom shirt for you, anything I can do, I got you, man. We'll and like I said, we can talk more offline.
All right, I appreciate you.
Awesome. Thanks again, and hopefully we'll do this Cup of Joe soon again.
Yes, sir. I'll reach out.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks, man.
All right, bye, Matt. That was Matt, y'all. This is what's cool, man. Like, that was our first time vibing and jamming, and I really like the guy. Matt, if you're hearing this, you're a cool dude, brother, and I really am excited. Like, you see me pacing over here. I'm looking forward to our future collabs. For everyone out there who is still tuning in, that idea I had about using your word of the day to create content is definitely the new move I'm going to be making. I want to spread these hugs out into the world as much as I can. And I think by you guys being part of the community and supporting me around this virtual hug concept, I think that if I just need to come up with a hashtag, I need to figure out what the hashtag needs to be, have everybody use it, and show the world that, it's still a beautiful place, because a lot of people are pessimistic about where the world is right now, especially with COVID-19, this pandemic. Like, there's a lot of people who are left with concern. And a person like me who sees my glasses half full, I'm on the up and up, optimistic. I think there's a lot of good happening, and I want to build a community that believe in what I believe in, and just get the love out there. So for everybody who's tuning in, I am making an executive decision to what I might do, honestly, is I'm going to stop this show right here. I might go live on TikTok for a quick second to send some love to some of these people. But as far as this show is involved, I'm going to make an executive decision to hop off, only because it is a Sunday. I don't want to take up too much of people's time. But for anybody who does want to be on the show for tomorrow, let me know. Send me a message, whether it's a DM or on Facebook or Instagram, or send me a text if you have my number, and I will reach out to you and get you on the show. That being said, guys, send out all my love. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll be on TikTok tomorrow at 8:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will be on the Cup of Joe starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you then. Take it easy and have a great Sunday.